guys, welcome back to my channel. And yeah, I'm already in my third trimester. I can barely believe it. It's crazy. There are only like 9 weeks left. So as of today, I'm officially in week 31. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. And as you can see, my belly has grown a bunch now. Yeah, I'm always hungry now. It's crazy. Before that, I don't know, I think during the second trimester, I think I wasn't overly hungry. It was just alright. But now in my third trimester, I could eat all the time. It's actually crazy. And yeah, I mean, still don't have any cravings, to be honest. Still eating lots of healthy stuff. So I usually have some kind of fruit and yogurt for breakfast, or a smoothie bowl, or maybe an egg white omelette with some feta cheese. Yeah, that's actually it. And then for lunch I usually have some veggies, maybe with an egg. And then for dinner it depends, maybe salad with salmon, or I've not really been fond of meat as of lately. I don't know why. I don't know, I just don't feel like eating meat at all. I find it a little bit weird because I'm growing a boy inside of me, so you would think that I would crave meat constantly, but it's not that case at all. It's really weird. Maybe this guy's turning into a vegetarian or vegan. Oh my gosh, this would be my boyfriend's, I think, worst nightmare, because he's a butcher and he loves meat so much. But yeah, I don't know, you usually say that you eat what the child inside of you wants. So yeah, maybe this child comes directly after me. Don't tell Roman. Psst. Anyways, we will find out and see soon. I'm really trying to keep an open mind of what he will be like, because I think putting any expectations around his personality or what he will be like beforehand is just taking away the joy of this little being, and being excited and open how he's, yeah, what he will come to the world with. So yeah, no cravings. The last week or so I've been hungry, but I lack appetite, so I don't really know what to eat anymore. I don't know if it's because of pregnancy or because of the lockdown now going on for almost 4 months now, and you're constantly cooking at home, and I'm constantly cooking the same things, you know? So I don't know if you can relate, but if you cook, you have a certain style of cooking and you season a certain way, and I don't know, you have dishes that you're constantly recurring throughout the week. So maybe I have like 5 dishes that we do all the time, and I'm just feeling sick of it right now, to be honest. I just need a different flavor. I don't know, I just need some inspo. I've been not inspired lately to cook. I've been crazy inspired to bake, but not to cook at all. So this has been a really hard time. So last week we actually ended up ordering pizza 2 nights a week, because I was like, I really feel like pizza, but I don't feel like doing it myself. I actually ordered a gluten-free, like protein-rich pizza dough alternative, but I don't feel like doing it myself, so we just ordered pizza, and we found this Call a Pizza. I think that's actually all around the world, and it's really not that bad. And they even have like vegan options, but I'm still adding my cheese because I just love cheese. But I'm usually getting a vegan pizza crust with lots of veggies on top, like mushrooms, tomatoes, broccoli not so much, but lately I added also arugula, and then I add some Parmesan cheese, so not too fatty kind of. And then yeah, I really felt like mozzarella in my crust. So yeah, I know it's really counterintuitive to order a vegan pizza dough but then add mozzarella in the crust. And every time I order this pizza, I think like the people making this pizza must be like, this person is crazy. But I don't know, it's just what I feel like, so I will go with the flow. And then I discovered dips. So they offer different dips, and lately I've been obsessed with sour cream. So I've been ordered like a big box of sour cream dip to dip my pizza and then also the rest of the crust into. And then I was a little bit overfed by sour cream the other day, so I opted for honey mustard, which was my favorite when I was in the States. I ordered everything with honey mustard. I think that's actually when I discovered honey mustard for the first time, because before that in Germany it's not that common, I'd say. So yeah, this has been my story with pizza lately. I'm not really into the Ben & Jerry's ice cream anymore. I think I kind of overate it, and I had some bad stomach issues, like waking up during the night because I just couldn't have a hold on myself, and I ate the entire pint, and my stomach is so sensitive, and if I overeat and overstuff it, it has a really hard time digesting it. And then if I eat stuff like this late at night and I go to bed afterwards, like I can barely sleep. Sleeping has been an issue, but I think it's not because of pregnancy. It's more because of my really worrisome mind, which I've been struggling with for a long time now. Actually, since I started college, I kind of, I don't know, got thrown out of my comfort zone, I guess, and I really haven't found a stable ground. And I mean, being pregnant, of course, puts an additional stressor to your life, especially if it's a first-time pregnancy, because you don't know what to expect. And the sooner the due date gets, the more excited and sometimes also scared I get. This has settled down a little bit now as of the last 2 weeks, but before that I was like so anxious. I woke up at night and I was like, oh my gosh, there are only 2 more months left, and then you have this little human being and you have to care for it, and then there's no turning back, you know. You have to be responsible for this kid or for this human for at least 18 years, and you have to care for it, and you are more bound to certain things. So it's not like Roman and I can just get off and leave. There's so much more to think about now when it comes to our little family. But then on the other hand, I feel like this is all in my head maybe, and I think there are so many stories out there of people having small children and still traveling or still not being bound to one place. I think also going into 2021, I think it's really time to embrace a new kind of living style. So something that is not maybe the norm that society has told you years after years, but adherent to your own inner intuition and what your self is leading you to. And if that means that we want to travel the next 3 years, then we can do this with a kid as well as without a kid. Or no, the other way around. So we can do it without a kid, but just as well with a kid. And that's my firm belief, and that's what I'm telling myself all the time. So this really settled my anxiety. Also with the living situation, we haven't found a new apartment yet because everything is just crappy. We looked at 3 apartments that were really promising, and they were really spacious, light and airy, just the way I love it. But then they didn't have a lift, so they were under the roof, 3rd floor, you know, with a baby and all that stuff, no lift. And you go grocery shopping and you have the baby and you have this and that. It's just not working out. And then here we have really this backyard. We have our little terrace, and then we also have the backyard that we can use. It's actually not ours, but our landlords are so kind and so open, and they don't really use it themselves. So I think they wouldn't mind at all if we used it, especially now that we have a kid. And then Roman has his garage outside where he can, you know, go and work on his Harley or do this and that. And it's really hard or not that easy to find a place like this in Munich, because I don't want to be too far out either. I want to have a great connection by train so that I, you know, can just take the kid, hop on the train and be in the city in like 20 minutes like we are here. But again, I'm trying to stay open about it. Maybe it's not meant for us. Sometimes we get so in our heads and we feel like, or we have to control our lives and it has to be like this and that. And I don't know, as of lately, I feel like just letting go and letting life come to us is the way better option. So a great example for this, 2 weeks ago I was in Berlin for another checkup, and then it was Friday morning, and then on Friday afternoon my mom, Roman, and I went on a little walk around the block because it was a really beautiful warm spring day. And then we met one of our neighbors, and she was with her friend, and then we just talked about pregnancy and what we're buying or not buying, or what we still have to buy. And then we said we still need a baby bed, and she was like, oh yeah, I have one, which is just standing around and we really want to get rid of it. And that's how we became owners of a really nice, really almost new baby bed. They brought it over the next day. It's at my parents' house right now. And yeah, this showed me again that sometimes you just have to let go. Life will provide you with anything you need. I know this is harder said than done. Me, myself, being such a control freak, being a Virgo and wanting to control everything, and I have to know the outcome before that so that I feel safe and prepared. But I'm really working very hard on myself to just let go and just let life come to me. And that's also how I met Roman, you know. I didn't expect it at all. I always knew down in my heart I would meet someone like him. I always had the feeling I would meet someone at this Halloween party in Berlin, but I never knew when it happened and how it happened, and it was just the perfect timing. It couldn't have been more perfect, to be honest, even if I imagine it to be. So I think sometimes we rob ourselves of experiences or living life to the fullest because we have expectations going into situations and what our life should look like. And this really, really robs us of amazing things that life actually provides us with, or wants to provide us with. All right, enough about this little philosophy of life, and back to the third trimester. So beside that, I'm really still have a lot of energy, but I have to admit this energy gets worn out quickly. So the other day I had this idea to bake and really decorate my cake really nicely and take pictures and set an Easter table for my blog and all of that. So I had this really creative surge inside of me. And then I was up on my feet the entire morning, you know, baking and running around and setting up the table and decorating and taking pictures and, you know, standing on a chair and then getting off the chair, and yeah, just a lot of movement going on. And then I felt like once noon rolled around, I think it was like 1 or 2 p.m., I was so tired and I felt my lower back, which is something I suffered from since I think the first trimester. So my lower back started hurting again, and I felt like I just ran 10 kilometers. I told Roman I just felt like I ran our Cap d'Antibes route when we were in the south of France. That's how exhausted I felt. I had to sit down. No, I had to lay down actually. I was just exhausted. I couldn't do anything anymore. And then he came inside because he was just doing some stuff outside in the garage, and he was like, hey, you want to go on a walk now? Because it was, again, a really beautiful, gorgeous day. I was like, I just can't right now. I just have to lie down, not move at all, maybe sleep a little bit. And this has been the norm actually lately for me. On Valentine's Day, we went on a 11-kilometer hike. It was mostly flat because I can't really do uphill anymore, so it was flat. But afterwards I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have any energy anymore. It was just too much. And this is really hard for me to accept because I've been such an active person before. I've been so athletic. Sometimes I would go on a run in the morning and then do a workout in the afternoon and maybe do some stretching and some yoga. So I'm always up on my feet. I just love to move my body. I'm such a physical person. And for me, not being able to do it in this extent anymore, really, I have to get used to this. But I mean, Roman also said it's just for a period of time, you know, it's only 2 more months. So It's all fine. And after that, I can go back to my old self. But this is something I really have to get used to, and I never expected to be that crazy. Also doing yoga, I feel like now my belly is really getting into the way, doing forward bends. I will have my feet at least shoulder wide apart, you know, to make space for my belly, but still it's kind of uncomfortable bending over. Also putting on shoes with laces. When we were hiking, I really had to ask Roman to lace up my shoes again, because, you know, also being wrapped up in like a sweater and then a thick jacket and all these layers just add to your body size that's already increased. So I could really not bend over, and I felt so funny actually extending my leg towards it and be like, can you please lace up my shoes? But oh well, I think all the mamas out there can relate what it feels like. Let's see, I have 2 more months to go, so I think the belly will even grow a little bit more now. The last checkup showed that he's 1.3 kilogram heavy right now, and babies are usually born with around 3.5 to 4 kilograms, so he will double his size. So let's see. I mean, yeah, he's really quiet, to be honest. I think he sleeps a lot. Also during our last ultrasound, he would not bother at all show his face, so the doctor had really go, and on this side had really go there and see if we can get a look at his face, and we actually could get a look at his face. But beside that, he's sleeping all the time, which I'm not mad about, to be honest. Sometimes he wakes up, like in the morning when I wake up, he will move a little bit. And then at night when I go to bed, and then also when I wake up during the night, he will also move a little bit. The other night it was really crazy. He was moving a lot. But again, I always feel like if I'm nervous inside, or if I don't feel like grounded or not myself, which happens unfortunately all the time still, then he will also be affected by that. So he will, if I'm like really centered, really calm, really in my middle space, I will not feel him the entire day. And once I get like really worked up on stuff, or I doubt myself, or just get into a low self-esteem mode, then he will also act up more. So it's crazy how connected this human being is inside of you, and it's really interesting for me to see and to experience. All right, what else? So yeah, I feel like my breasts haven't really grown that much. They really had the craziest growth during the first trimester. Since then I stayed pretty much the same, but I have a lot of milk, or how you say, pre-milk, in my bras, so I actually have to wash my bras all the time, because I will have little spots of like this sweet, really sticky pre-milk in my bras. This is really weird, to be honest. Sometimes a little bit, not disgusting is maybe the wrong word, but sometimes it really leaks through, so I think I have to get some pads now as the pregnancy continues, so that I don't have to wash it all the time. And yeah, also speaking of washing, I actually smell worse than usual. This is really not the most comfortable topic to talk about, but I have to change my PJs at least 2 to 3 times a week, because they will smell so badly. Also with all the stuff that's coming out down south. So yeah, I don't know, I think it's more than usual, but I think that's normal. And then also I will smell under my arms, so my armpits. Maybe it's also the natural deodorant that's not cutting it anymore. I know my mom told me when she went into menopause, like, she couldn't use the natural deodorant anymore because it's just not helping. Yeah, that's how I feel too, but I still don't want to use another deodorant because I love this one so much. So I will just go with reapplying it more than once throughout the day. And yeah, also with like tops, I don't even feel like I'm sweating. Like, I mean, it's winter, it's still cold outside. We had a few warm days, but it's not like I'm overly sweating, but somehow the bacteria gets out, and I really try to not wear any synthetic. This has not been my style for a long time now. I'm always opting for natural fibers, either cotton or tencel or whatever I can find. But still, I'm smelling. But yeah, I think that's the hormones. You can't really do nothing about it, but I don't like it at all. I think it's so disgusting. I really, really dislike smells, like bad smells, only good smells. Oh yeah, and speaking of smells, also the only smell I can't really tolerate is like fiery smell. You know, when something is burning. Oh, smoke. Exactly. So the smell of smoke. I just can't have it at all. Like all the other smells I'm fine with. I'm not really fond of many of them, but smoke is like really, I can barely tolerate it. It's really, really weird. Oh yeah, sometimes I have a really pulling feeling on the left side right here. I feel like someone is, you know, pulling my skin apart or something. This feels really uncomfortable and usually appears at night, like after dinner or something. Sometimes I also feel like I've eaten too much, even though I'm crazy hungry, like my stomach is always growling. But then I eat and I feel like it's too much, you know, with the baby taking up space and then the food taking up space and everything being slowed down, probably also digestion being affected by it. And then I feel like it's just pulling on this left side. So this has been kind of uncomfortable because sometimes I don't know how to lie on the couch anymore. And then I'm just, you know, going from one side to the other side and it's just really uncomfortable. But what helps is this pregnancy pillow, which I totally love, which I bought off Amazon, and it is so amazing. I don't really need it at night. I try to sleep with this at night. It doesn't really do anything for me. I don't know, I feel like I sleep better without it. But sitting on the couch or maybe sitting on the floor sometimes, because I'm a floor sitter, it is really comfy. And even Roman snagged it the other day and he was like, oh, this is so comfortable, and he fell asleep because it's really nice. You can, you know, just wrap it around and you can, yeah, it's so versatile. And I just love this so much, and I think it will also be a game changer breastfeeding. And yeah, there's this little how you say it? Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. So you can actually close it and then you can put your baby inside, but I don't know, since I'm getting a guy, it's probably not so great to have it in pink, but I think you can buy different covers for it. I think I will get maybe a blue cover or something. Oh yeah, nesting. I almost forgot about nesting. So as I said before, I was a little bit scared before hitting my third trimester. I was like, oh my gosh, my entire life is going to be put upside down. And now I feel like so excited. Every time I see a baby, I'm like, my heart opens up and I get even more excited about meeting my little one. It is so crazy. And then also with like buying stuff, before that I was kind of blah about it, like, I don't know, I don't feel like buying anything for the child yet. But now I go online, and then the other day I saw this really cute elephant pillow, and it was like this big, and then you could put your little one in it and could like snuggle with it, and oh my gosh, I just had to have it, so I ordered it right away. Even though we have so many stuffed animals and this child really doesn't need any more stuffed animals in his lifetime, but I just couldn't withstand. And yeah, that's actually how it's developing right now. Mother Nature is so smart, and I'm really getting in nesting mood, and I feel like I want to make everything pretty. And yeah, I just love to see little babies and how cute they look, and my heart just opens up. Yeah, that's how it is. And I think that's all for my third trimester now. So the next time I'm updating you guys, I probably will have my little one in my arms. I'm actually going to Berlin now in March and will stay there until the birth. So this is going to be really, really exciting. I will probably do a what's in my hospital bag video as well. My mom already told me the other day, we have to pack your hospital bag, you know. And I was like, yeah, we have enough time. Once I'm once I'm home, you know, we can look into the stuff, and then I will make a video for you guys and tell you what is inside. All right, thank you so much for joining me on my journey. I'm excited to hear about your story, so maybe leave a comment below if you're also a mama to be, or if you're planning on getting pregnant soon, or if you already have your baby. I love to connect to you guys and share experiences. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Champagne with Madeleine. Also listen to my podcast. I don't talk much pregnancy on that, but it's really inspiring, and I have so many cool people on there talking about all kinds of things millennial. So yeah, check that out too. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!